task force focusing on homelessness in Sioux Falls shared their ideas to the City Council today on what can be done to help with the issue.
Since this summer, the group has held 8 meetings and many conversations with individuals across the city about homelessness.
On the Night Beat, KELOLAND's Carter Schmidt shares details from today's presentation. Good evening, Carter.
Good evening, Don and Bridget. The task force has 4 priorities, from interacting with the homeless population to housing to mental health services. There was a lot to discuss. Terry Liggins, founder of the Hurdle Life Coach Foundation, is a member of the task force. He says he moved into a shelter with his family when he was just 10 years old.
That's my first encounter with homelessness, and then 5 years ago in my own reentry, about a year after I was released from incarceration, I had another kind of unfolding of my own housing instability, and I was homeless again for a while, and then got back on my feet, and now today I'm doing better.
Liggins says being a part of the task force is rewarding.
When we as community can realize that people who lived it and then overcome it and are now maintaining a healthy, responsible life, they have a very huge amount of value to add in lending that lived experience.
City Council member Rich McCorris is in charge of the task force and says there are 4 main things they're focusing on.
2-year pilot project of something called a street outreach team, a public education campaign helping people how to respond to homelessness, really increasing participation in the helpline network of care, exploring housing first strategies that's used around the country, and then doing a critical review of our panhandling and loitering ordinances.
One of the goals of the street outreach program would be to reduce the amount of 911 calls and the need to send law enforcement because of homelessness.
Sending other individuals that are there to help get people connected into a system of care in our community.
Those people could come from a local organization such as Southeastern Behavioral Health. Another priority is to strengthen connections among nonprofits and other organizations by creating a database to share information.
It will improve how they're caring for someone because they know how that person is being cared for elsewhere, and also to help them understand what can they provide that maybe is unique versus other agencies.
However, all these plans come with a cost.
Over 3 years, we're looking at $977,000, plus some potential funding for a housing first strategy. Over the next couple of months, we'll be bringing budget supplements before the City Council.
McCorris says they're working with the city administration right now to determine the best source of funds for these projects. They're hoping to bring forward some new ordinances and ideas in the next month or 2. If you'd like to take a closer look at the plans, they're attached to this story on KELOLAND.com.
Thank you, Carter.